Okay, in the last video I showed you the basic functionality, and in this video I'll show you a little bit more detail around the share content area, the most important area in my opinion. So we've got the share blank whiteboard here, and students will be able to see this tool bar along the top. You can get students to click on text, and you can click on there equally. You can share this whiteboard. Click here. If it's not big enough, then you can click on the select tool and just drag out the corners to make it bigger, as big as you like. If you don't like it, you can either erase it like this, or you can just use the select tool again, this arrow at the end, to click on it and just drag it off the side of the board. Okay, you have a pointer here to point around the board. You have a pencil, which is 3 stars, not so useful if I'm honest, and then you've got the eraser, which actually erases everything on the board. Okay, so obviously this one here, the colors, you can ask individual students to adopt a color and stick with that color perhaps. And you can do that with text. You have the viewer controls over here, so you can tell students about these. You can tell them that if they want to, they can zoom in. I think this works independently for each student, so they're able to zoom in on things for themselves. Okay, so that is the basic blank white board. The third one down, I'm going to go to this one. I'm going to miss the share application screen for the time being and go to the share files. This is where you can upload PowerPoints. So let's upload one, just add files on this from this grey area. Let me just see if I can find a file. Here we go. So this uploads, it converts it from a PowerPoint into almost like a PDF. It's you'll lose all the functionality of the PowerPoint, so if you've got animations in there, they'll disappear. You can't embed any sort of audio content or videos in there, they'll disappear as well. But now you can see it's been converted, it's appearing here. I can see that there are 14 slides. By clicking on the title, it brings up the share now bar at the bottom. That was already showing, sorry. So if I click on share now, it expands all of the slides in my PowerPoint. You can see they're not visible here yet. I've still got the basic whiteboard, but as soon as I click on or select the first slide, they will start to be shown. Okay, so you can go anywhere you like in the slides. I'll go to the 4th one here, and you can scroll down and choose whichever one you like. The interesting, this is one I did a couple of years ago, but the interesting thing about PowerPoints is that you can use them in conjunction with the toolbar along the top, so students can effectively write over the top. So if we take the pencil function here, we can do the dot to dot. There we go. This is something I gave people just to play with as they were waiting for me to arrive. But that has great potential because you can pre-format your PowerPoints for students to be able to write on. So if I come to this slide here, this is something I was asking students or participants in the PGCHE to think about, and I set up this is just something I prepared beforehand on the PowerPoint, and invited participants to write directly on the board. So by clicking T for text, they're able to write whatever they like here. They can choose colors. You can ask individuals, participants, to put their own ideas in here. And actually I had one of these slides in each of the breakout rooms. So I had 3 breakout rooms, and this is the kind of stuff that people came up with in the breakout room, and we were able to then come back to the main area and discuss these together. If I go through here, let's have a look. Here is here's another example of something I created and asked students to write on top of, so they're able to come in here and add their own ideas. So that has great potential for if you're in a language class. You could pre-format tables. This is a PowerPoint I've uploaded here. It doesn't have to be a PowerPoint. It could be a single document. It could be a PDF. It could be an image file, a PNG file, extension I should say. One thing to note though, you cannot upload a Word document. So if you want to use a Word document or you have an existing document, you will have to save it as a PDF, and then you can upload it and work with that. Okay, so if I want to get rid of this now, I can either stop sharing it by clicking on this button to the top right hand side of the PowerPoint, or I can click on this chevron here that takes me to the previous panel, and I could go to a different application here, but I'm going to stop sharing there. So that's the share files. The share files option here. We've had the whiteboard, we have the share files. The other one which is useful is the share application thing here. Now you can share your entire screen, or you can share a tab. Now if you want to show your PowerPoint with all the animations, you could have it open on your computer on a tab. I don't think it's as easy to manage. I don't think it's as easy to view for the students. If you do choose that option, it's important actually that you don't have your PowerPoint in slideshow. It's better to have it just in the note view. Otherwise students won't be able to see the whole thing. And the other thing to point out, unfortunately I've tried this many different ways. It's quite hard to share a YouTube video. If anyone finds a way to share a YouTube video so that the sound is heard by the people at the other end, that would be great. Okay, so that is the share content. Those are the 3 main areas. In the next video I will show you how to use a breakout room.